just been talking about dignity of labor, then issues of Dalits even today, and the caste and sanitation workers relationship. So this is true everywhere, and I wanted to play one small video which is just 47 seconds. Can I have the video, please? Yeah. So what we are seeing here is a waste picker, former waste picker. Now she manages something called Dry Waste Collection Center in the city of Bangalore, where the informal workers have been given the task of managing the inorganic waste. So she made this film to educate her own local resident welfare association and said, by mistake that the number says 20 to 30, which actually she says 200 to 300 such masks come. And she has actually made this film and shared with all her resident welfare association and said, please don't do this and give it as in a very dignified way. And this got really viral in Bangalore, and ministers tweeted it and requested people to work differently. So why this? Why did this happen? So there are a lot of experiments that we have done to break this relay, kind of a bridge. We have tried to build bridge between segregate. I mean, people who create waste and with people who manage waste. Because for us, waste pickers are, as you know, it's an informal sector of workers, and they're on their own and they like to be entrepreneurs. And in the last 10 years, we have tried to work with the local government to include them in managing the dry waste so that they have a better working condition and a little more dignity to the work that they do, and they are recognized. We did a study in 2011 which showed that the informal workers in Bangalore, we have about 35,000. We just took the contribution of just 15,000 waste pickers, and it has shown that 84 crore rupees they are saving for the local government in just collection and transport system. So when such contribution is happening, there was no recognition to them. There was no acceptance of their being there. So they are really invisible community in Bangalore, and they got an occupational ID card for the first time with the logo of the city and the signature of the commissioner. So they got completely recognized. Of course, now 2016 law says you have to give identity card to the workers. So most of the waste pickers are Dalits. A small portion of them are also tribals, and otherwise, when you look at the trade, the low, really small traders are all OBCs. So when you look at the caste system in this whole sector, it is only either OBC or Dalits, maximum Dalits, and some tribals. So when we started working in Bangalore in 2010, I said we knew that there'll be one day where everybody wants a visual cleanliness in their neighborhood and the city. They want everybody talks about Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, for example. In Indore is number one. What is number one in visible cleanliness? They have thrown all the waste pickers out of the system. They have thrown all the traders of recycling out of the system. And there are hardly any more kabadi walas in, in Indore. Hardly any fairy walas who are selling and buying recyclable. Hardly any people who, other than in the contained zone, there is no street vendor. That is not what we look at as an important, important, people's city. So there is no city without any of these people. You cannot call Indore an inclusive city. It is absolutely excluded all the poor, all the people who worked in informal sector. So we knew 10 years back this eventually will happen, and the children of waste pickers also don't want to come to this sector at that level. So we said, let's look at different ways of working with the government so that they can be included in the solid waste management system. So what they have done is to give, this is the first city where the city has made an MOU directly with waste pickers, entrepreneurs, and we are third party to just support them. And till now, in 10 years, is the only city and still continues to be only city where such arrangement has been made by the city government. But though it sounds very good, are we in the greatest, are we in a very good place? Not yet. There's a long struggle still. And why I really chose to show this film is, one, because they're organized, because there is a certain space, and because some of the strategies we have used, we have really built bridges between citizens and waste pickers. There's a huge group of environmental activists who support waste pickers. Usually, labor group and environment groups are loggerheads, because many things that is good for environment not necessarily good for the workers. That we all know for years we have been working. So there is some negotiations of what works and what doesn't work among the people, and also a lot of citizens invite them home. They've broken that caste system to a small extent. It's not much, but it's a good experiment that we can really do a large scale it up. Today we have 198 wards in the city. The city has decided all 198 wards dry waste will be managed by only waste pickers or the SHG groups, which are always traditionally engaged in solid waste management. So this is a huge thing. When a place like Indore is getting #1 rank, in fact last year the city, some of the new mayors and commissioners said we'll go Indore way. That means what? Throwing all the people out of the city. And we did not want that. And we really have struggled and fought. And today, all 198 wards will be given to waste pickers, and they'll sign up an MOU directly with waste pickers. Because Hasrudala is there today. I don't know whether we will be there tomorrow or not, but the workers are always there because it is their city. They are the citizen of this city, and they have a right to be here and right to work. So that is what we have tried doing it. And we have also kind of used a lot of jargons which is traditionally not used in organizing. For example, in Pune, I have organized waste because I have a union. But when I came to Bangalore, it was a very different. I think today's organizing workers should also change a little bit of language. We said they are silent environmentalists. We said they are entrepreneurs. These are the two language that it goes well in Bangalore, and it has worked for us. I don't know whether it will work everywhere else, but it has worked for us. And focusing on the skill set that our workers have, rather than saying, okay, they are poor, they need job. We have said to the government, they know what is recyclable, what is not recyclable, how to sort, grade, and trade these recyclables. So working on their strength and is what we are very conscious of the class and caste underlying with this, but we have chosen to really highlight the skills and the skill set that the city needs. It's not that they need it. And sometimes, sometime back, I think someone was saying pouring flowers to all the sanitation workers. We don't want any flowers. What we want is our salaries in time and our working conditions, which is much better. So occupational health is a big thing that many of us don't really talk about, because there is very little work that has been done in this space. Occupational health, because you handle the waste, both organic waste and inorganic waste has a different set of problems. And the sanitation workers in the city really work with the or collection of organic waste, where waste pickers are managing the dry waste. Both of them have lot of occupational health. For example, during the COVID, we worked with all our members. We have about 12,000 families are members. And what we have found is cardiac issues are very a lot in waste pickers family, but PHC doesn't give medicine for cardiac complications. So, how do we work with the local health department to our workers? How do we get the dignity that they deserve as workers? We have chosen to highlight their skills, and we also work we have just started working a little bit, I would say just enumeration of sanitation workers in manual scavengers and sanitation workers still exist whether we like it or not in Trichy. And what we have found, it's a very initial impression, and many people who are working in that community already know that by 35-40 most of the women are widows. That means a lot of work has to be done by the single women with the children, bringing up the children. So this is definitely something again related to the occupational issues, and that is what something I feel that all of us have to pay more attention and look at the occupational health of sanitation workers who pick up garbage at your street, informal workers who keep your city clean and increase the recyclability of the material. We should look at the sanitation workers still who go under to clean the drains. So it's important that every one of us, one of them have been addressed in order to address their well-being and the health challenges. The second level that we feel is still children don't have an access to education. If they do, very limited support from home. They're all mostly first generation learners. Even in a city like Bangalore, we have so many children first generation learners. So these are some of the things that we would like to continue to work, and I'm hoping that with the discussion we have had on dignity of labor, connection to caste, and looking at their own well-being in terms of occupational health and also um, children education, we can discuss for a few more minutes on what all this mean to everybody who is listening to us and participating and being part of this whole discussion. So I would like to stop there, and then if there is any questions, of course we can go ahead and discuss.